Today we are going to study Air Arabia. The slogan of the Air Arabia is "Pay less and fly more." It is low cost carrier. That is, uh, the pricing strategy is penetration pricing. So their prices are very low compared to others. Their plain design will look like the one which is there in the webs on the slides. Air Arabia took off in 2003 with only two leased Airbus A320 jets. So you can see in the on the slide that Airbus A320 airplane. So in 2003, Air Arabia started, and they have only two leased Airbus A320. So they were having airplane, and it was not their own; it was rented, and they started their operation. Sharjah-based airline began as a startup owned by the government and was the UAE's third airline. So it was UAE, United Arab Emirates, uh, third airline, and it was their head office was situated at Sharjah, and as it was government owned air carrier or airline service, so there was very little doubt in the minds of the customers that it will fail or it won't be a good. It was good because you know that the Middle East Gulf countries, especially UAE and Saudi Arabia, they have a lot of fuel, and these are very rich countries, so they have enough capital to uh, start such services. Air Arabia has managed to establish its position in the regional market of low-cost carrier LCC. Recently, Air Arabia's low-cost rivals Fly Dubai and Flynas have adopted what is referred to as hybrid model, which includes a range of selected full-service offering. So, Air Arabia's competitors were Fly Dubai and Flynas, and they were giving full service, full range service offering to some selected route. So, and that was a hybrid model. This switch has managed to position Air Arabia as the only entirely low-cost airline in the Middle East and North Africa region. So it was very low-cost carrier airline. So prices were very cheap as compared to other competitors in Middle East and especially in Middle East and North Africa. Air Arabia CEO Adel Abdullah Ali pointed out in 2013 that his company would always cater to low-cost markets. So, from the day one, they decided that they want to cater to uh, middle class or people who cannot able to afford airlines services. Although one might have assumed that the region's airline market was saturated, the CEO of the Air Arabia insisted that his company was planning to target around 85% of the potential regional customers who cannot afford normal flying expenses. So those customers who are in that particular category, who were who were looking for the cheap cheapest airline service, 85% of them customers, the CEO, Air Arabia CEO want to target. Now, starting with the short haul flights to neighboring countries in the peninsula, Air Arabia quickly gained price leadership in the Middle East region, becoming the first and largest LCC low cost carrier in the Middle East and North Africa. So, initially, they started small flights in the neighboring countries, and that's how they started growing. They started earning profit and they started investing. And over the period of time, they become a large company. Today, the company serves tens of destinations across the three continents with the hubs in Morocco, Egypt, and UAE, and has earned recognition as the premier LCC in the Middle East. So now they have three big offices in Morocco, Egypt, and UAE, and they are considered to be very big player in low cost carrier in Middle East. Air Arabia has recently won two awards at the esteemed Aviation Business Awards 2014, Air Arabia has utilized the cost-cutting practices characteristics of other LCCs to maintain low cost and thus deliver competitive fares to customers. So Air Arabia is reducing prices and giving very good service to the customers, and they are way ahead of their competitors. They have won many awards in this category also. How did they succeed in the making such a remarkable progress in a little over decade? So within 10 years they could achieve this success. The company made a careful and plucky choice of aircraft from the outset. The Airbus A32 combined comfort, boasting a 32-inch seat pitch and efficiency 162 passenger capacity. So initially, from the day one, there they were looking to uh, get advantage in pricing. So they purchased A32 aircraft. So they were not purchased, but they were rented. They were on lease, and this carrier could able to take 162 passenger. So they selected large carrier like A32, A320, and they started giving good services. And the capacity of the A32 was huge, like 162 passenger. A32s also benefited from the larger cabin space and wide easel, allowing for a shorter boarding time and reduce in-flight congestion. So, because that uh, cabin was cabin was having lot of space, so the time to getting time taken by the customer to be on board was less. And in airline services, it it costs whenever you are spending time in boarding, it will cost by that airport, and the more time you will be grounded, the more you will lose the revenue. A generous seat width 18 inches granted the Airbus A320 the best legroom offered by any of its competitors in LCC market. So there was more there was more legroom as compared to others because they selected A32 Airbus aircraft. So as compared to competitors, they have a competitive advantage as they were more spacious, and it was giving a lot of comfort as legroom was more. Finally, using universal aircraft model lowered their training expenditure. So they only used one aircraft. So to give the training to the candidates was reduced. So they do not have to give training on many different aircraft. They started giving training on only one aircraft which they are using. So time for the training has reduced, and the expenditure on the training also reduced. Air Arabia currently owns 39 Airbus A320s with a current order of further 44. So they have now with them 39 plus 40. So it is 83 Airbus A320 aircrafts they have, out of which 44 they will get soon and 39 they have in existence. So you can see they are using only one type of one model of aircraft. Opting for a brand new planes has reduced fuel costs and environmental impact. So because they are using new planes, so the fuel efficiency was more. So they were using new aircraft. That's why the low maintenance and more efficiency of the fuel, more fuel efficiency and less environmental impact. So that's how they benefited from the new aircraft. Ali Al Nakbi, founding chairman of the Middle East Business Aviation Association, confirmed that aircraft demand in the Middle East was not affected by the uncertainty and instability that the Arab Spring brought in the region between December 2010 and mid 2012. So because of that Air Spring event which happened, there was there was problem politically uh, against the against the government. So people were making protests against the government. It was known as uh, Arab Spring. Arab Spring that did not impact the airline services of the Air Arabia. The company also prides itself on using pioneering technology to boost efficiency. So companies using the most advanced technology in boosting efficiency. In 2012, Air Arabia smartly equipped its fleet with Sharklet technology to reduce emissions by up to 4% on the fuel burn. Sharklets are curved fin like the attachments to the wings tips that facilitate higher take-off weight and significantly reducing overheads. So you can see in this on the slide that there is a uh, Sharklet technology, and because of that, it requires less fuel, it creates less pollution, and it is more efficient in picking up the weight of the uh, aircraft. So they use this advanced technology of Sharklet technology, and that's how they reduce pollution, they increase efficiency, and they also save fuel cost, fuel cost. In addition, Air Arabia foresaw the inevitable fluctuation of fuel prices and dealt with them ahead of time by adopting a fuel hedging strategy in order to ensure that any increase in the fuel prices would not automatically result in an increase in the price of its flight tickets. In other words, Air Arabia has constantly maintained low prices, thus preserving customer loyalty. So, Air Arabia was the government company. Uh, then also they have to pay for the fuel prices, but uh, they started using hedging strategy, so they can able to predict the price of the fuel, and that's on basis of that, on basis of their prediction, they used to place the order and get the benefit of fuel prices. So uh, that is the one more strategy they adopted. Since its inception in 2003, Air Arabia has made considerable expansion, exploiting the gap in the LCC market and expanding its flights to more exotic destinations. So they were checking where they don't where the air travel is not available, and if we make available there in that particular route, in that particular area, so will we benefit? So they keep on searching new destination, new routes, new areas for uh, their expansion, for their diversification into new markets. The airline now flies to nearly 100 destinations from its original base in the Middle East to North Africa, Central Asia, the Indian subcontinent, and several European cities. So now they have their scale has increased a lot. Now they have 100 destinations. Its booking system has been expedited by a user-friendly online service, reducing turnaround time at airports and keeping planes in the air. So booking is done fast because of new website, new technology in computers, in softwares, in IT. That's how they are also reducing time. In 2012, the airline had an average flying time per aircraft of 14 hours per day and an impressive seat load factor of 82%, one of the highest figures in the industry. So because of this strategy, they were saving the time. Uh, Flying time per aircraft was 14 hours, and load factor was 82%, and it is the best in the industry. So they were beating the industry norms. That year, it upgraded its online presence with the cutting-edge mobile website that provided travel information on the move. So they started providing information through mobile app also. As confirmed by Adel Ali, prices in general represent a very important factor when it comes to booking a flight, which is why he made sure that Air Arabia prices are on average 40% cheaper than regular economy fare. So, regular economy fare was considered as a benchmark, and they started selling their price 40% below 40% cheaper than the average regular economy fare. So people started purchasing Air Arabia tickets for air travel because they were 40% cheaper than economy tickets. Despite a thrifty, payless, fly more motto, the business has not lost its human touch. So they have reduced the prices, but they have also increased the service. They have not decreased the service because they have decreased the prices. Unlike many other low price airlines, Air Arabia has consistently kept its vision customer oriented. Its crew members are dedicated and view passengers' comfort as key to the company's success. Even though they were into low cost carrier, low cost airlines, then also they provided as best as possible customer centric service. The online message refers to the fact that Air Arabia is always ready to serve its customer whenever they are. This message emphasizes the three main elements of the value tried espoused by the company: great flying experience, affordable prices, and good customer service. So their elements, value factors were the great flying experience they should give, because that is the main service. The flying experience should be good. Then affordable prices, reduced prices, cheap prices. They are thereby they are saving they are saving money for the customer, and good customer experience they are giving like any other good airlines. In 2013, the company opened additional sales office aiming to serve the increasing demand concentrated in the Middle Eastern and North African markets. So they started opening new offices to get the bookings. Air Arabia's business model has consistently put low fares, frequent flights, safety at the top of its agenda. Such efficiency has earned them high ranking and a good reputation among the airline companies worldwide. So they were focusing on the frequent flights, they were focusing on the less price, low cost, low fare, and they were also focusing on the safety, and that is why they could able to grow so fast. Its recent accolades include Skytrax World Airline Award for the best low cost carrier in MENA and the low cost carrier of the year at the Aviation Business Award for 3 consecutive years. So they have also won uh, the award which are best in the industry, like MENA, Skytrax Airline Award, Skytrax World Airline Award. They have won for the 3 consecutive years, and the Business Aviation Business Award also they won for the 3 consecutive years in low cost carrier segment. The Air Arabia Group CEO was named Airline CEO of the Year twice by the Aviation Business. The company was also rewarded the Airline Business Award at the Airline Strategy Awards 2014 in acknowledgement of its exceptional offer, granting low cost solutions and high quality travel experience to passengers. So they started getting a lot of awards. Their CEO got award, the company got award for the consecutive 3 years, and they were started nominating in different categories. In the first 9 months of 2014, Air Arabia continued its upward progress and achieved a net profit of 135 million US dollar, up by 46% compared to the profit reported at the same time in 2013. So in 2014, their profit has also increased. The company's revenue showed an increase of 17% compared to the same period in the year before that. So revenue also increased. In the last decades, 40 millions, that is 4 crore customers, have chosen to fly with Air Arabia. 4 crore customers is very big number in 10 years. So each year they have almost 40 lakhs of the 40 lakhs customer. It was also the first publicity. It was also the first publicity owned airline. Sorry, it was also the first publicly owned airline company in the Arab world. So it initiated the IPO, and people started investing, started purchasing their share and investing in that company. Floating for the first time on the Dubai stock market in 2007. Air Arabia's top management has recently declared that the company's fleet is expected to have 55 aircraft by 2015. The network expansion strategy The persistent focus on the cost control by hedging fuel prices and the use of world-leading fleet rates and high load while preserving passengers' comfort have been the key factors behind a small profitable airline company like Air Arabia. So what they focus, cost control by hedging fuel prices is the one point. Cost control by estimating fuel prices. Then the use of the world leading fleet rates. So they were using A320, and that was giving economies of scale, and that they were using only one type of aircraft. High load while preserving passenger. So they were their all the flights were almost full because of their good service. Now there are some questions. Air Arabia has succeeded in profitability, challenging big established airlines companies in the Middle East and North Africa. Why don't all other airlines apply the same business model as Air Arabia? So Air Arabia was using a lot of creativity, innovation to reduce the price. They were using only one type of aircraft and A320. Because of that, a lot of 165 passenger can be taken at a point of time. They were using only one aircraft. That's why the training of the candidates is easy. And this aircraft cabin was bigger. They were having lot of space, like they were having more space where you have to you have, you will get the more leg space also in that aircraft. So the boarding time is less, and there also they were saving time, cost and energy, because if your plane is grounded more time, then you will lose revenue. Then they uh, they initially started focusing on neighboring countries, and slowly and gradually they started going to large destination, many destinations. They increased destinations in their portfolio, in their service. And also they were doing research, which are the areas where we can provide service profitably, and where are the gaps to provide the services. So these are the strategies used by the Air Arabia, and government was also supporting this Air Arabia. What challenges does Air Arabia face? Do you think that the company will be able to maintain its leadership position in the LCC market in the Middle East and North Africa? So challenges is that they are into technological company, like tomorrow this there may be some other company with good technology and good customer experience. So that company can overtake Air Arabia. Fighting on just price is not good, because if tomorrow a big player comes as compared to the Air Arabia, then that company can easily overtake Arabia. Any company can uh, uh, can acquire Air Arabia. That is one more threat. Then there is a huge competition from the other players. So that is one more threat. So rising fuel prices is one more weaknesses, and people's expectation. If you start decreasing the prices of the tickets, then people have, or the buyer have more power, because they have a lot of options, because everybody is decreasing the price, so it is not beneficial for the industry. Next is, what will happen if other airlines apply the same business model as Air Arabia? If other airlines start using Air Arabia's model, there will be a lot of competition. Competition will be on the price only, and the service component will be compromised, and people will not get good service, and the revenue or the profit of each and every airline will start decreasing. By competing on the just price, will make then all the airlines suffer losses, and nobody will survive. And may be airline may have lot of debt, may incur lot of debt due to the these strategies and this type of competition. So in the long run, fighting on the pricing is not a good strategy. But the other strategies like hedging the oil prices, then providing better service and using one aircraft model is good for the economies of scale and to reduce the price. So that's it for today. We'll meet in the next case study.